start a little video series. 1.8 turbo, 20 valve, been put into a Mark III Golf. This is the donor car currently. Going to be pulling out all the bits I need, engine, ECUs, etc. And seeing if we can't fit it to a Mark III. So I'm not going to lie and pretend that I know what I'm doing. Pulled enough engines out. Never swapped one before, so, well, not for a non-standard engine. It's been a bit of a learning process for both of us. I'm still trying to make my mind up on a few things. For example, gearbox choices, if I do the wiring myself or if I pay for a loom to be made. I'm going to be using a Mark 1 TT. It's not a BAM, it's a ARY, 180 horsepower. So I'm not going to call this a budget build, but it's also not some all-out spend as much money as I can sort of build. So I might do the wiring loom myself to save a bit of cash. Bought the TT as a donor, so I can part that out. Hopefully make a bit of money back there as well. So hoping to do something that's very achievable. Already bought a couple of bits for BAM 325, just the intake and the charge line, just to make getting the cooler routing a little bit easier. Going to attempt to keep the electronic throttle pedal. I'll make the exhaust myself, try and putting together bits of pipe I have laying around. Should be smart with it, not waste a bunch of money that doesn't need to be spent. There's plenty of people that can relate. Might have a usable garage or anywhere covered, but can't make do. Yeah, goal for me before summer starts fully. 180 swap on a Mark III Golf on a driveway. It's the worst that can happen. So, haven't actually done a rundown yet. A few things involved with this swap. Number one being, it's currently a cable throttle in the Golf. As I said, I'm using an 8 valve GTI, so it's cable throttle, it's a push rod for gear linkage. It's also a cable for the clutch. So we're going to be converting a few things, hydraulic clutch and cables for the gear shifter, and as well as that we're going to be going to an E throttle pedal. TT comes with one, seems silly not to. It's better for mapping, can control traction, things like that. There's a few things involved with this swap, stops it being plug and play, but for the most part, it more or less just mount up. So I don't know if you can tell, because obviously I'm naturally charismatic in front of the camera. You'd never know that this is the first time I've really spoken to the camera, so it's tough. Not really sure what to talk about. I'm still just stripping bits out. Might end up time-lapsing some of this. Wait and see. Pulling engines is the easy part, especially if you're going to scrap the car. It's not like I need to look after it, baby it. I had an E46 that I Actually swapped it for a Mark III Golf. Been off the road for a few years. It was all stripped out inside, needed a bit of love. Got that back on the road, been daily in that. And I like it, but I think it's time to finally go through something I always wanted to do. Chuck a 180 into a Golf. It's purely going in a Mark III because that's what I have. Happens to be incredibly straightforward, using standard mounts. There's a brace for the gearbox. Should really use a 16 valve or a TDI one, but they're about £100 for a bit of metal, so I'm going to try and make something instead. See if I can find something a bit more budget friendly, we'll say. A lot of my information has just come from old forums and YouTube channel Super Ron, who has an excellent swap video putting into a Mark III. Seems like he knows what he's talking about. His one runs nice. I believe it was a customer car, but don't quote me on that. Let's see how I'm going to take this off. Will it all drain out? Yes, it will. Lovely. Something nice that I never knew about Volkswagens. They've got a coolant drain coming off the pipe on the rad. Makes absolutely no mess. So, if for whatever reason you need to drain a radiator on a TT, that is the spot to do it. Just trying to find the best way to not inconvenience myself. And then I'm sure once it's all out, I realise I've fucked something up anyway. So it's crazy how Volkswagen have made a nice coolant drain on the bottom of the radiator, and then they've used plugs that just don't come undone without exploding. Currently in two minds as well about doing a cost breakdown on this, if that's something you'd want to see. It's a bit of a funny story with a Golf, obviously. As mentioned earlier, I got that in a swap. Actually made some money off of a car in that. I got this incredibly cheap TT, running rough. Snipped the vacuum line here, rejoined it, and it runs pretty sweet. Needs going over, there's definitely more vacuum leaks. Wants a timing belt, needs resealing, there's loads of leaks, but as I say, incredibly cheap. Won it on eBay, sight unseen. £461 when I picked it up. Next day, 2 days later, drove it into work. Sweet. Also, if you need any TT bits, feel free to drop me a message. If you want a low mileage 2E, early one out of Mark III Golf GTI, 73,000 miles on it. Same on the gearbox, an 020. If you need either of them, give me a shout. I don't know what to talk about, to be honest. As I say, I've never really been in front of a camera. I don't really know how much there is to say other than I'm removing an engine. Getting somewhere now. Got prop off and exhaust off, ECU out, and I think it's more or less ready to come out. I don't think there's much more holding it to the chassis other than a few pound steering lines. Right, so here's a little trick you might not know about. If you get wiper arms that's stuck, instead of just trying to pull them or get a tool on them, if you press down on them on the joint, you can often find that will pop them, give it enough movement to unbolt them. Just like that. That's 2 for 2. That's how I did it. Whee! So this car's apparently not had a service in 3 years, which is going to make it certainly very interesting when I drain the oil on it. Should I have done that before I pulled the engine out? Yes, probably. Am I bothered? No, not really. knew that was going to happen as well. Don't know why that scared me. Right, next tip for you. If you don't have the special VAG tool for undoing those center bolts on the diff, when you got to go through the transfer box, this contraption works. So 10mm with the extended hex in the end, screwdriver that comes in the Halfords kit with the adapter at the end, that gives you enough room to get on there. Cracked it loose, it's now loose, and transfer box is coming off. So there's ways around it. Just come to edit the video and I found out that the engine didn't record any audio. Engine's obviously now out. I'm gonna get a list together of everything that needs to be done. Start getting ready to look at transplanting it into the Golf. So there'll be more to come. Hopefully further videos will have more talking, more voiceover, less just rambling, because it'll actually be things that I can talk about. For example, changing the time about was fairly interesting. Can actually give some pointers on that. A few things we'll be deleting, like the secondary air injection system, and even attempting to create my own downpipe. So we'll see if that works or if I fuck that up.